Y'all know what time it is. The truth teller in the spot. Always bring the facts. Yeah, she make the fake stop. Stop clearing out the noise. Never let the lie rock. Nope. Say it with me loud. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Receipts on deck, she gon' air that out. Lil Pop, wipe them down. If it's cap in the chat, she gon' call that out. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Came with the proof, better watch it now. Lil Pop, wipe them down. If it ain't fast, don't come around. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. She a Louisiana, my truth on blast. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Receive so strong, but the lies won't last. Lil Pop, wipe them down. When she step in the spot, all eyes on her. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Expose real quick, make the face to turn. Lil Pop, baby. Who got the truth? Lil Pop. Who bring the proof? Lil Pop. Hands to the left, hands to the right, wipe them down. Club lit up all night, wipe them down. Who got need? She OB, Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Truth don't mean you gon' stand on that. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Blocking the trolls, never looking back. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Whole crowd move when the name get loud. Lil Pop, wipe them down. She the voice of the people and she shut them down. Lil Pop, baby. Truth too strong, wipe them down. Pop, pop. Crowds sing along, wipe them down. Pop, pop. From the booth, she a beast, wipe them down. Pop, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Shut it down, baby. Y'all know what time it is. The truth teller in the spot. Always bring the facts. Yeah, she make the fake stop. Stop clearing out the noise. Never let the lie rock. Nope. Say it with me loud. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Receipts on deck, she gon' air that out. Lil Pop, wipe them down. If it's cap in the chat, she gon' call that out. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Came with the proof, better watch it now. Lil Pop, wipe them down. If it ain't fast, don't come around. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. She a Louisiana, my truth on blast. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Receive so strong, but the lies won't last. Lil Pop, wipe them down. When she step in the spot, all eyes on her. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Expose real quick, make the face to turn. Lil Pop, baby. Who got the truth? Lil Pop. Who bring the proof? Lil Pop. Hands to the left, hands to the right, wipe them down. Club lit up all night, wipe them down. Who got need? She OB, Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Truth don't mean you gon' stand on that. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Blocking the trolls, never looking back. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Whole crowd move when the name get loud. Lil Pop, wipe them down. She the voice of the people and she shut them down. Lil Pop, baby. Truth too strong, wipe them down. Pop, pop. Crowds sing along, wipe them down. Pop, pop. From the booth, she a beast, wipe them down. Pop, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Shut it down, baby.
Hey y'all, let me see. Hold up, let me see. What is today's date? Happy Wednesday! Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tuned in on this good old quiet Wednesday, y'all. I'm gonna try my hardest to do 3 live streams today. That's why this one is early, y'all, because this story has taken a crazy. I ain't gonna say it's taken a crazy turn, but it's a lot of misconceptions. It's a lot of deception going on. Two sides is feuding. Two sides of the fam, y'all. It's a lot. Okay, so I felt impelled to do another um part to this story because y'all remember I covered it when it initially came out, and I said I was going to kind of follow it a little bit. So I wanted to put out the other details that then came out, y'all. But anyways, let me see who we got in here. But yes, we will be going live two more times. Well, child, let me not promise, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try because I wanna do a live on everything that's going on with Janelle Bree, Pretty Bree, Latruth, season, all of that, y'all. So that's gonna be our next live. And then the third live is gonna be the update on Chandra's situation. So we'll see if we can get to all of it today. Thank you, Glam Goddess, for my first super girl. You said thank you at work board right on time. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. Hey, Miss Elisa. Hey, sweet queen. Shout out to you and all my beautiful mods that's in the building holding it down. We got Miss Renee, Miss Amanda. We got Scorpio Stings. We got K Monet. We got Miss Lisa McGee. Latte in the building. Who else? Let's see. Miss Yolanda. My green team is holding it down, of course. We got Rakita. We got Miss Jackie. We got Renita. We got Miss Janice, Miss Renee. We got Miss Debbie, sweetly favored. Miss Nina. Who else? Canada in the building. Miss Dee Dee, Miss Shirley, Miss Wendy. We got, hold on, let me go down. Miss Margaret, Miss Shalonda in the building, Miss Tawanda, Miss Renita, Kimberly Merrills. Who else? Who else? You say any new news on? We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later, y'all. Hey, Trina. Hey, twin mommy. Who else in here? Let's see. Hey, Christina. Hey, Jay. Hey, Miss E. Who else? Queen D Money in the building. Capricorn. Let me see. Let me see. Yes, it's a lot going on, y'all. The streets is crazy right now. Hey, Miss Lolita. Hey, Yumika. Hey, Tawana. Hey, Glam Goddess. Um, hey, Sally. Shout out to everybody that's in here on this morning. Is it still morning? Hold on. Yeah, it's still partially morning. It's almost afternoon, but it's still morning. But anyways, y'all, if you would like to donate to me monetarily, you can cash at me $sign Lupac 2. You can also buy me a coffee. Shout out to my coffee people that support that app. You can also support the platform by getting a super chat or super sticker. Y'all know I always set a little goal of 15. It ain't much, it ain't mandatory, but it's greatly, greatly appreciated because it contributes to the revenue of this particular live stream. You can also support me by getting a membership. Shout out to my green team for holding it down. We ain't got to our members live yet, y'all, but we gonna get to it this week. Okay, just know we're gonna do a members live this week. Hold me to it, y'all. I promise. I promise we're gonna do a members live this week. The only reason why I ain't did it yet is because my numbers is so low from that, me being gone so much in December from losing my dad. I have to try to get my numbers back up. So that's why y'all been seeing me more, and that's why I'm trying to do 2 and 3 lives a day to kind of push myself back into the algorithm like I was before and to get my numbers back where they need to be, y'all. So yeah, that's what's going on. Okay. So we're gonna try our hardest to do those 3 live streams today. Whew, that's gonna wear me out, y'all. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try because there's a lot of tea that needs to be out here. It's a lot for us to discuss, baby. But anyways, y'all, please hit that like button. And if you do see my hype, if it's back available, please hype me up after this video is over, okay? And support the goal if y'all can. Y'all been cutting up on Pac. Shout out to y'all because that has really been helping me and helping me get back to where I need to be, y'all. Okay? So big shout out to y'all. I love y'all down. We had a really, really, really good live last night. Matter of fact, y'all, I didn't even check. What is this? Hold on, y'all. Um, oh, okay. I didn't even check my back office to see where we at with the live from last night. Let's see. Damn, y'all. I'm gonna be at 10,000 followers before you know it because when I checked it yesterday, I had 9,700 something followers. Now I'm at 9,817. So the numbers is going, the following is going up. I need to get my views, watch time hours, and my revenue back up. Wow. That is crazy. So the live we did last night is currently at 8,649 views. Um, so that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Look, my sister calling me. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Let me answer because she just came back from South Carolina on business. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all. I'm back. My bad. My bad. My sister just made it back from out of town on business. Hey, Hattie. You said send me your Zelle. One of my mods, can y'all put my Zelle in the chat if y'all don't mind? And keep it in rotation because I know some people don't have Cash App and they do be asking me for Zelle as well. I do have a Zelle, I just don't use it often, but I do have one, y'all. But I wish I could do it. I wish I could put it, Sweet Queen, put it by itself because when it's put like that, it kind of like, it's kind of like confusing a little bit when all of them is posted together. So put it by itself if you don't mind. But y'all, this story right here, oh my God. Like, and y'all know, if y'all remember, when we covered this story when it initially came out, one of the things I said, y'all, is the reason why I try to wait when covering these type of topics because one, emotions are really, really high, and two, families always want, especially in these type of situations. Now, if it's just outright a clear situation as to how a loved one passed away, then it's a little different. But anytime someone is involved or maybe the last person to see the loved one or whatever, families tend to want to blame someone for the passing of their loved one. And I'm not saying that to say like to be mean or whatever. I'm just saying that it's human nature because we want somebody to blame. You know what I'm saying? Like, take for instance when my dad passed away in December, all the siblings, like, we talked so much, we spent so much time together, just going over and over in our heads about what we could have did differently, or knowing it couldn't have been prevented. He caught a heart attack, but we just was in our heads, in our heads. But that's all a part of grieving. You always want to find somebody to blame. But what threw me for a loop with this situation, y'all, is I had a feeling something. I don't know what it is, but I always get feelings with different type of things that I kind of involve myself in or get interested in or whatever. As far as storylines and stuff like that. So when I first read about this story, I was like, bruh, something is not right. I said that everybody is blaming the girlfriend, but I said something is not right about this story. Not saying nothing bad, but I just felt like something wasn't being said. And y'all remember whenever we was listening to the aunties live and she was about to say something and the lady sitting on the side of her told her, don't say that or whatever. And she was like, oh no, this is old. What I'm about to say is something old. And that kind of stuck with me when that was stated or whatever. But besides that, whenever I notice that I've been really, really going through the family members' pages as far as Tyrone himself, aka Stepdaddy Drew. I looked, y'all, I stayed up late looking up and down his social media pages, right? His mom. I can't find the sister page, but I do have screenshots of what she's been posting. Um, and also Lulu's page, right? And if you go on a social media pages, now this ain't, I'm not saying this to say that he wasn't close with his dad side of the family, but what I am saying is he was a vlogger and he posted a lot. He posted a lot, and if you go on his pages, you'll see the people he's posting. The only ones I would see like in bulk is he was always with Lulu. One, his mom. I seen his sister a few times, and then also his kids. Right, so it was to me that was a clear indicator that he was really really close with his mom's side of the family. Now, I didn't see too many postings of him and his dad's side of the family. I didn't see that, y'all. Matter of fact, whenever I initially started looking into this storyline, I had to go on other people's videos to try to find the dad side of the family because I couldn't find anything from his social media. So I was like, that's real. And that kind of threw me for a loop and it made me feel like um that he wasn't, extremely close with them. Not saying he didn't have a relationship with his dad, but it gave that, and it also gave that his mom and his dad are not close. Let's just say that, especially with what's been coming out lately, because I noticed when the dad did a video, and I'm gonna play it too. He said that whenever um Dro was in the hospital, whenever after the situation happened, he said that this is from the dad's, Dro's dad. He said him, his mom, and his sister was the only ones there. And then they allowed the other family to come. Uh, once they got ready to pull the plug or whatever, right? So, but I do know that the mom was initially there because he said out of his own mouth that the Davis side of the family wasn't notified until 24 hours later. So that told me that, you know, the dad side didn't know. They didn't know. And anytime, think about it, y'all, anytime something like this happens, because this is serious. If you have a rapport or a relationship with certain people, you're gonna notify them. You're gonna notify them. So in my mind, I'm thinking that the wife, not the wife child, Dro's mom wasn't close, cool, or had a rapport with his dad's side because she didn't even think to notify them. So that's why I was wondering, like, I wonder how close they actually were, him and his dad, because even when I seen his dad post a picture of him, and I guess that's his, Dro and his other sons too, it wasn't like a recent picture. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So I look at y'all know how I analyze. I look at everything that could kind of give me an idea of what we're dealing with to, report to the best of my ability. But that's what I took from it. So let's get into hold on, let's thank you, whoever just sent me that Zelle. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. It don't show me, y'all, for some reason. Oh, it do show me. I don't want to say your name out loud. It wasn't showing me before. I'm gonna just say TM is your initials. Thank you. I appreciate that, my love. So, what was I saying, y'all? Yeah, so it's just a lot, y'all. They going back and forth. And now too, and let me tell y'all, because as y'all can see from my caption, I put Tyrone Davis Jr.'s truth behind his demise is out now. Here is why no one wants to accept it. And y'all know, and I spoke on this on my last live. Anytime, this is why social media can be a blessing and a curse. Hey, Real Talk, what's up, bro? Thank you, Hattie. I appreciate you, my love. This is why social media can be a blessing and a curse when it comes to advocacy or, fighting for something like these type of situations. Notice how whenever all of this started, it was only the dad side of the family that was speaking out, and they put out certain narratives. And now I heard the dad say, we're not too much worried about the clickbaits and what the bloggers are saying and this and that, because they said something about the narrative that's being put out, but the narratives came from them. They were the ones who were speaking initially. Everything that people is saying now came from that side of the family. She took all his money out his bank account and she left him there. She left him stranded under a bridge in Timbuktu. And what else was said, y'all? it was something else. It was another narrative. Oh, two different sides of the story. Two different sides of a story was told to them and to the mom's side. But my thing is, how is that possible if the mom side is not even talking to the dad side? How would they know that two sides of the story was even told? And also, the sister is very, very vocal now. Dro's sister, she's in a lot of pictures on his pages also. So that told me that he's real close with his sister on his mom's side. I think he has two sisters on his mom's side, if I'm not mistaken, because I did see him post something, a picture with his mom, and this was kind of recent with his mom and two ladies. So I think, and also himself. So I think that was, the siblings or whatever. But um his sister has been real, real vocal, y'all. And I would, in these type of situations, I tend to side with, like I said, the side that had the closer relationship to the party, right? Because, and that's not to say just side and just throw the other side away, but kind of lean more towards the side that he was closest with, because yeah, like it makes sense, right? But the sister and the mom is siding with the girlfriend, y'all. They side with the girlfriend. So to me, that speaks volume. Because let me tell y'all something. He was very, very, very close with his mama. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all go on his Instagram, baby, he got his mama. Now he posts a lot of him and Lulu. He loved that girl to deep. Okay. Well, to life. Let me say that. He loved her down, but he also loved his mama down. Like he you could tell he wore his emotions on his sleeve. He was very he most men are not as vocal when it comes to PDA and expressing love, right? But he was. I gotta give him that, because he wasn't ashamed or anything like that to be expressive of how much he loved the people around him on his social media platform. So that told me that he was really, really close with his mama, even with some of the sentiments that he shared, like on her birthdays and Mother's Day and stuff like that. He really, really loved his mama down. Now, y'all, I did not see nothing like that posted about his dad. And I'm just saying, like, I'm just telling the truth. I didn't see any of those type of posts on his social media. So I don't know, child, but anyways, what else was I was saying before I start showing these receipts? Something else I want to say, y'all. But yeah, so this is why social media tends to be a blessing and a curse in these type of situations, because certain narratives get pushed, right? You hear one side of the story is never, three sides to the story or two sides to the story. It's always one side of the story. And guess what? Social media is going to go with what sounds the best, right? They're going to go with the drama filled, the suspense. They're going to go with that. And this is why it's so unfortunate, because the police literally made a statement and said that it was accidental or something along those lines. Like it wasn't ruled a Hamas, you know what? It wasn't ruled that. I think it was ruled accidental, y'all. I'm gonna pull up the news station also. So people are literally going against what the police is saying. Now, don't get me wrong, police officers make mistakes too. But if you're going to trust the justice system, you have to trust the justice system. You can't say, I fully trust the justice system. And then when they tell you something that you don't want to hear, you go against it. Or you say, oh, no, they crooked, or they this, or they that. Or that's like, in these type of situations, you can't satisfy everybody. But if y'all notice, to me, the mom's silence is very loud, because she's allowing the investigation, and she's grieving too, because from my understanding, y'all, this is the third son she done lost. She just lost one of her other sons 2 years ago. Well, three now, almost three now, because it was in 2023. But this is her third son she done lost, y'all. So for her to side with the girlfriend speaks volumes, and it also tells me that they know more than what they're saying, and rightfully so. They don't have to put all the business out on social media. Some people don't move like that. Everybody don't move as far as putting everything out that they know, or putting their business on social media. Everybody does not move like that. Let's say, I'm sorry, I don't feel like he fell from the vehicle. I don't feel like he fell from the vehicle either. Okay. Now don't get it misconstrued. But this, from basically what I'm saying is, I do feel like it's more to the story. I don't want to blame the girlfriend, y'all, because to me that would be wrong. It's wrong to blame somebody when you don't have all the facts. And that's another thing too when it comes to social media being a blessing and a curse, because like I said, certain narratives were put out about the girlfriend and all the details not even out. If the police felt that that girl was guilty, y'all, she would be arrested. If they had any indicator, because they've been investigating it for a while now. If they had any indicator that it was foul play involved or anything like that, she would be arrested. And this is another thing too. A narrative was painted like as if he was, found in a rural area, just in Timbuktu, where it was just maybe some homeless people, and it was so dangerous and this and that, y'all. The area where he was found, it was actually close to the city, and it had a lot of businesses around. Like, so it wasn't a secluded area. So I'm thinking maybe surveillance from one of those businesses did catch something, and they just never said. Like, they ain't putting all the details out. I do feel like both sides of the family know more than they're actually saying, and they just not saying it. I do feel like that, and I also feel like the father side definitely knows more, but they don't want to accept it. That's what I feel. I feel like they want the girlfriend to be convicted. Like, they want her to be in trouble because she was the last person known. Emphasis on known, and y'all know I said this on the last slide. Known, meaning that's all, what was accounted for. That don't mean that was the last person that was around him. Because if it was said that they had homeless people all out in that area where he was found, then you never know who was around him at that time. But we're gonna see, y'all. It's still more to come out. From my knowledge, even though they ruled it accidental or whatever, it's still they still investigating from what I understand. Twin mama said that speaks volumes because most moms and sisters are going to look out for their son/brother when it comes to the females in their lives. Exactly. And that's what's making me lean more towards it's more to the story, but also that um the girlfriend didn't do anything. Now, some things she gonna have to live with, as far as, and I can't even say this with complete certainty, y'all, because like I said, is a lot that still never came out and probably won't come out unless the father side of the family starts saying more things, right? Because it's given that the mom is grieving in peace. She don't want nothing to do with all of this social media stuff. And she has that right. She has that right. This is her third son she done lost, you know. So she actually has that right if she chooses to not say anything that's going on with the case on social media, because guess what? She wasn't the one who put it out here. It was the dad's side of the family. So yeah, let's get into it though. Oh, let me send this to my email. Hold on, y'all, so I can show y'all something. I want to wait. Let's send that article first. Let me pull up that article. I mean, not the article, the news station. Hold on, pull that up first. All right. Hold up. Where is it? Make sure y'all hitting that like button. And please support my little goal if y'all can, but definitely hit that like button. All right. There you go. Hold on, y'all. Family questions, circumstances. And hold on, let me pull up this news station. There you go. All right. Let me. Come on, earphone. On. And let me open it up. What is it? I think it's this. Yep. That's it. All right. Let me share it so y'all can see it. Y'all see it? Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's play it. This is what the news said. Oh shoot! Why isn't that? Why we can't hear nothing? Or maybe that's the ad.
Members of a man who died in Gainesville in December say the information they're receiving is inconsistent.
Gainesville police officers say his death is not suspicious. Well, TV20's Kayla Lewis joins us now along Archer Road, where officers say the man was found. Kayla, what are family members saying is the most frustrating part of the investigation?
Family members of Tyrone Davis Jr. say the most frustrating part about his death is the unknown. They say they don't believe he jumped out of a moving car. Gainesville police officers say on December 27th, officers came to the area of Southwest Archer Road and I-75 after receiving reports of an injured person. Detectives say their initial investigation determined Davis did jump out of a moving vehicle while in traffic, saying he sustained significant injuries to his head. After a few days at the hospital, he died. Family members say they don't believe he would jump out of a car and say it doesn't make sense why his girlfriend, who was supposedly driving, would leave him on the side of the road. Davis's father says to him, justice is having a full story.
He didn't deserve this, you know. All I really want, you know, is answers to what belongs to me, you know. I'm not asking for, no GoFundMe's, no money, no nothing. I just want candles, and prayers and answers, And as a father, what more can you ask?
Family members and friends have been posting on social media and even calling us here at TV20 saying they still need answers. Officers say the investigation is still ongoing. Detectives say they do have a lot of evidence and information and are calling Davis's death tragic, but not suspicious. Live in Gainesville, Kayla Lewis, TV20 News.
Building relationships is at the heart of what I do. Adobe Acrobat AI Assistant helps save me time, but also build trust with clients. Getting through the contracts as quickly as I can make or break a deal. With AI Assistant, I can find.
Dang it. Okay, let me I wanted to go back to it. At the end, did they say the officers had a lot of evidence, or let me go back to it because I want to be sure. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something real quick because I want to be sure before I say what I'm going to say next. Okay, so they did say that. So she said the officer said they do have a lot of evidence, and they calling the accident tragic but not suspicious. That speaks volumes to me, y'all. Evidence is key. Okay, evidence is key in these type of situations. So I think the reason why so many people are suspicious when it comes to the girlfriend and are holding on to that is because that's what initially was put out. So it's human nature to not go against what your brain is telling you once that narrative has been planted, especially in a situation like this where it's pulling on your heartstrings, right? But if the police saying that they have a whole lot of evidence and they ruling it tragic but not suspicious, that speaks volumes to me. So this is one of those situations where do you trust the justice system or do you still go with what you feel? But what you feel is based off of just a feeling because none of us was there. So we could easily say, oh, I feel like the girlfriend did something, but can you prove that? She can't be convicted off of what we feel, y'all. She can't be convicted off of that. So this is one of those tough, and this is why they're saying it's tragic. It's one of those tough situations where, like I just said, either you side with the justice system and them, trust what they're saying as far as them having a lot of evidence, but it's not pointing to foul play. And then, or do you go with what was initially the seed that was initially planted based on lack of evidence? But one of those things where it's like, dang, like I don't believe a man would jump out of a moving vehicle. That's hard to believe. But it's like, how can you prove otherwise? You know what I'm saying? Is that making sense, y'all? It's like, how can you prove otherwise? You know what I'm saying? Now, what I will say is, Miss Beverly said he jumped out, but she kept going. Now, this is what I will say, right? Now, it's possible that they were drinking, and a lot of stuff still got to come out. The full autopsy got to come out. I'm gonna definitely keep following this story, y'all. I'm gonna keep following it because I'm intrigued and I want to know the outcome, right? But they were drinking, and we know this because of the videos that was posted. Like he was vlogging the whole situation. He had a big bottle of Hennessy in his hand on one of the pictures, right? So he we do know that that liquor was involved. Um, so I don't know, like I'm wondering if they were arguing in the car, and then because of them being under the influence, like that's why he possibly jumped out of the car. Or now the aunt said this, but I don't know whether to believe this or not, because like I said, a lot of things are being said as misconceptions and deceptive and all of that, right? She said that it was stated that she was only going 25 miles per hour, and it's a whole lot that's being stated, right? And even as far as people are repeating what the aunt said and saying it as fact, like because the aunt said that she spoke with, or their family spoke with Lulu. Now people on social media repeating that as fact, like saying, well, Lulu said this and Lulu said that, but we didn't hear Lulu say anything. And this is why I told y'all this on my last live. The aunt is stating she said that, but we didn't hear it for ourselves. So we don't know if it's true. Are you willing to bet your life on it? That's the question. If somebody tells you they heard something, right? And this is, mind you, we don't know these people in real life. So y'all don't know if the aunt is an honest person. Y'all don't know if Lulu is an honest person. We don't know if the daddy honest, the mama. We don't know that because we're just covering a story of strangers on the internet. We don't know if they're honest people, right? And we don't know if they're not honest. It's just one of those things. So my thing is, a lot of people stating things in the comments, and I ain't talking about my comment, I'm talking about, on the other posts and stuff like that, as if it's fact. Because I've been reading a lot of the comments too. They repeating it as if it's fact, like, oh, she's a KILLER. She took all his money out of his account and did this and did that. And I'm like, bro, they don't even know if that's true. No proof was posted to state those claims as fact. So that's what kind of gets me when I start seeing people repeat things that was stated by a family member, but they didn't see actual proof. And I'm like, are you willing to bet your life on that? If you had to get on a stand, let's say if somebody was like, okay, I'm going to sue you for making that statement. Are you willing to bet your livelihood that that's fact? Something coming from a complete stranger. Are you willing to bet that? And that's why you don't say something as fact if you don't know, or if you have it hasn't been proven. I mean, exactly. I want to hear from his mama. I want to hear from his mama because I seen, according to his social media, not the mama social, he was really, really, really close, y'all, to the point where he called his mama his best friend. He would also call Lulu his best friend. but he would call his mama his best friend as well. So I would like to hear from her. And as of now, she's not speaking. She's grieving. I did go on her Instagram as well, and she's taking it really, really hard. Really, really hard, y'all. Pac, he wasn't even raised by his mom, so I don't know if I would go as hard. I don't know if she would go as hard as the dad's side. See, I don't know that. Where that came from, Tay? Can you send me the receipt for that? Send me the receipt for that because I didn't see that. Only thing I seen, and I'm going off of what I personally see. I seen from his page, from Tyrone Davis Jr., aka Dro, Instagram page, that he was extremely close with his mom. Extremely close. So I didn't see nothing about him being raised by another family member. If y'all got that receipt, send it to me, y'all. Send it to me. But that still don't, in my opinion, that still don't, take away from the fact of him being really close with his mom as an adult, right? You could be raised by somebody else and then mend certain wounds or whatever later on in life and, move differently. How they know his mom didn't take the money out at his behest if something happened to him? Exactly. That's the thing. We don't know. We don't know. Like, so I'm like, I don't know, y'all. But we gonna keep following it too, though. We're gonna keep following to see what's going on. What about the money? Why couldn't his money remain in his account? It was in his account, though, y'all. That's the thing. The money was moved from what? Let me not even say move because how we know that's true. Were there any receipts posted? Because listen to this, y'all. The aunt made that claim. But as of now, based on the things that the back and forth, the mama and the aunt is not even close. They not even speaking, y'all. They're not even speaking. There was literally a whole debate as far as his DEATH date. The mom side was saying the 30th, and the dad side was saying the 29th. So that alone showed me they not even on the same accord. So how would the aunts on the dad side even know that information if her and the mom is not even in communication? We finna get into some more things. We finna get into these receipts I've seen also, y'all. But how we know if that's even true? But let me say this, second sense to you. I mean, second sense for you. The statement that was made by the aunt was that his money was moved from a joint account that he had with his mother, right, to a personal account with just his name on it. That's what was stated. That's what the aunt stated on the dad's side. That the money was moved from an account he had with his mother to an account with just him on it. How we know somebody on the daddy's side didn't do that? That possibly had access to his own. How we know they wasn't trying to take the money away from his mama? How we know that, y'all? How do we know the girlfriend did that? Y'all get what I'm saying now? Like, it's a lot, y'all. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't just take people's word at face value, especially if I don't know them or their character. Now, I'm not saying the aunt is lying. I'm just saying I need proof. When I cover something, I want to see some proof behind it. Actual factual. Because if you look at what the sister is saying, it's like none of what they are saying is adding up, y'all. It's not adding up. Let's get into it. Hold on. Let me go back up. Thank you, discussion boy. You say just because we love you, babe. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Y'all, please hit the like button. We got 106 in the building. I know a lot of people probably not interested in this story, but I personally wanted to cover it because it's interesting. It's very interesting and suspicious. It's one of those. But hit the like button for Pop. Support my goal if y'all can. Yes, Toya, your girl is live. This is my first one. I'm going to try to do 3 today if possible. I'm going to try my hardest to get to 3 live. I got a plumber coming over in a little while because I had a leak. So I'm going to still try to do 3 lives, y'all. Still try. With his aunt Pop, not mother. What you mean? What you mean with his aunt, not his mother? What you talking about, Tay? You say I know their. Wait, let me read the other comment. You say I know their firsthand from my brother-in-law because they technically didn't take them off the system into the next day, but his date of BEATH was the previous day when he was found. Okay, that let me say this too, because according to the dad's live, he said that the reason why people are, kind of saying both of the dates, and I'm gonna play the dad's live also because it's not a long live. He said that they was with the son on the 29th, and he said that the hospital allowed the other family members to come, and it rolled over the taking him off the ventilator rolled over into the 30th. So I can see that. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? I can see that being the cause of the confusion. And in my opinion, if they didn't take him off the ventilator till the 30th, then you would think that's when they actually called it. To me, that would have made more sense. But hey, I'm not a medical professional, child. So, but I could see why there is confusion there, and that's coming. That's what the dad said. So thank you, Toya, my love. What if he felt he was in danger and had no other choice but to jump out? That's the only way I'm jumping from a moving vehicle. I don't know. See, okay, that's where we look at the police second sense for you, because according to the detectives, they have a whole lot of evidence and they don't suspect foul play or suspicious activity at all. They said it's tragic, but you know, it's not foul play. It was no foul play or whatever. So that's where is one of those things where you either trust the justice system or you still go with you know, what you think happened. So that's why I'm kind of like I don't know, y'all. Like I can't answer that because it do that type of situation do make you ask those questions. It do make you wonder, like, who in the hell would jump out of a moving vehicle unless they absolutely have to? This is one of those situations where you ask that question, but it's can we prove that it doesn't happen? Can we prove that it only happens due to danger? We can't prove that. We can't prove that because when you get a situation where people are under the influence, it's a lot of things that go into account that can also contribute to that type of thing happening outside of danger. You know what I'm saying? Like being under the influence. So we don't know, y'all. We don't know. We shall see. Because I will be keeping up with this story because I want to see. Yeah, I want to know all the details. Now let me pull up the daddy while we playing what the dad said. I'm gonna pull up those receipts that because I think the Dro's alleged best friend spoke out, his sister on his mama side spoke out, and also Lulu. Oh, before I pull up the dad, let's pull up what Lulu said, y'all. Because a lot of people saying Lulu said this, Lulu said that, but in all actuality, Lulu ain't said nothing but what I'm about to read. At least we didn't hear it. It wasn't brought to social media. Now, that's third party information. I don't bank on stuff like that. I need to see proof. Only thing that I seen that actually came from this girl is the statement she made on Instagram. Everything else that's being said that Lulu said came from the dad side of the family, not the mom side, because the mom side is actually on Lulu's side. So let's pull up what Lulu said on her Instagram. And this is the only statement she's made, y'all. Hold on. Dang, oh, I must have never sent it. Hold on. Let me pull it up quick. Did I open it up? Hold up, y'all. Oh, here you go. Let me pull it up right quick. Now let's pull this up, then we're gonna get into what his dad said. Let me make it bigger so y'all. All right, that's a little bigger. Y'all can see that? So they're saying it wasn't foul play. I'm sorry, working. Yeah. The police said that They have a lot of evidence, and it's a tragic situation, but it's not it's no suspicion of foul play. Okay. Okay, hold up, y'all. All right, so this statement right here was posted on Instagram a couple days ago by Lulu. Lulu is the girlfriend. She's the one that was last known to be seen with him. Last known, y'all. Emphasis on last known to be seen. That don't mean she was the last person, because they said it was a lot of homeless people in that area also. So that's the thing, Solid Sunny. And hey, you new to the channel. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the new people that we've been getting. Because I got a whole lot of new supporters, y'all, since the last couple days. So shout out to them for supporting the channel as well. That's the thing that's the thing that keeps playing in my head, because that's one of those things she's gonna have to live with, right? But does that make her, you know, guilty or susceptible to conviction because she left him there? It's not illegal to leave. It's morally wrong. And now she is eating away at her, y'all. That's eating her up, because she keep replaying in her head. And I know for a fact she's replaying it in her head. When you dealing with grief and you start thinking about, and then the fact that she was the last person to see him, well, with him, that we know of, that's another fact. So that's something she's gonna, and the best friend spoke on it. So we're gonna get to that too. We're gonna get to that too, because his best friend made a statement about that. So Lulu says, this has been the most heartbreaking thing that I've ever been through. It has been extremely difficult, overwhelming, confusing, and emotional, dealing with everything that came from the situation, while trying to grieve the love of my life and process him not being here with me anymore. When we were nothing short of inseparable. I agree, because if you look at their page style, yeah, they was always together. I would never do anything to harm him or would want him to lose his life. Y'all know what? I actually agree with that. I don't feel like, based on me looking at, but even though things can be deceptive, because people show you what they want you to see on social media, my energy didn't pick up on it. It didn't pick up that she wanted this to happen. Now, will she have to deal with her, this decision of leaving him after the car, whatever happened, with him getting out the car or whatever? She got to deal with that. She got to deal with that, y'all. Like, I know that's eating her up, because he probably would still be here. He probably would still be here, right? So she got to deal with that. But I think a lot of people confusing that with guilt, or as far as her needing to be held responsible for that. That's not illegal to leave a grown man. You know what I'm saying? On the side of the road, it's not illegal. And I'm not saying that to sound insensitive. I'm just saying that based off of the law. So she said, we were nothing short of inseparable. I would never do anything to harm him or would want him to lose his life. I have lost a major part of me losing him. And then she said, social media was never my thing. It was Tyrone. And you could tell. You could tell that she didn't really like she was camera shy. And a lot of people confuse that with her, because I seen people saying, oh, you look at how she act. You could tell she didn't love him. I didn't get that from that. I got that they loved each other. I did get that. And if you read the type of statements he made, then you can't go against what he's saying. It's like people was drawing their conclusions through their videos, but this man was literally saying she made his life easier, so he returned the energy. That's what he was saying in his post. He treated her like a queen because she made his life easier. So to me, that's receptive. So it's like you can't pick and choose when you want to go against what somebody is saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, either you gonna say, oh, I don't see this or I don't see that. But if he's saying the reason why, Because people looked at what he did for her financially and, how he loved on her and this and that. But according to him, it was reciprocated. She reciprocated that energy. And now I could see why, based off of her statement with her saying social media was never her thing, it was his, and you could tell by their video because she was more camera shy. And he did say in one video, and I clipped it because I was gonna make a video. He said, they was at a restaurant and he lied and told the people that it was her birthday. And the people the people started coming all around their table with like just all loud and stuff. And he captioned it and said every opportunity to put her on the spot. No, he said something about her camera shy ass. And he said every opportunity I get to put her on the spot, I'm gonna do it. Something along those lines, y'all. But yeah, you could definitely tell that she didn't really like to be, you know, video 24/7. That's what I took from it. I didn't take that she didn't love him. That's what some people in the comments saying though. So, but y'all would have to see it, for yourselves to actually see how y'all feel about it. Like she was just as expressive of her love towards him with the post, right? So he'll say one thing, my queen is, and it's all about Lou, and I'm on Lou and this and that, and she would say the same things when it came to him, because people was like, oh, she didn't show him the type of love he showed her. They was looking at financially, like they was looking at the gift giving part. Like, oh, she didn't do for him like he did for her. How do y'all know that? Y'all only seeing what they posting on social media. That don't mean that she didn't do. Loving somebody is not just indicative of buying them gifts. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize, because he did spoil her. And she said it. And she even showed her appreciation when she, posts comments and stuff, or thanking him under the post. She wrote paragraph, child, and he did too. So I seen it as a mutual love. And how we know he didn't make more money than her? How we know she couldn't afford to buy him designer like he would buy her? Like you can't put your projection off on other people. And that's what they was doing in the comments, y'all. Basically saying, oh, he did more for her than she did for him. How you know that? How you know that? That's why I sometimes be like, bro, social media is a trip. Okay. But when you put your business out there, you gotta take what comes with it. So she said, and those wait, hold on, let me go back up a little bit. My first thought is not to address anything online. And even when I did, I really didn't know what to say because I am lost. And those who really know us know us. We were not perfect. Y'all heard that, huh? We know no relationship is perfect, but when somebody is presenting a perfect relationship, that's what people are going to run with. People run with what they see, not what they don't see. And that's the downside of social media. Just like the Christy and Desmond situation. A lot of people are dragging Desmond because he cheated, but not know how y'all. And this is my thing. Let me just get off topic just a second, y'all, because I want to talk about that also. I'll probably make a video on it or whatever. But how people know Christy wasn't the type to not want to give her husband sex. A man is only human. Not saying that's what happened, but I'm speaking hypothetical because we don't know. So they dragging him, even though he said him and Christy had a conversation about divorce, and he said he was unhappy and this and that. Now, why he was unhappy, we don't know. Okay, because he ain't going into detail. But people dragging him as if Christy was a perfect wife, and that's no such thing. There's no such thing as a perfect spouse. No such thing. And people always want to contribute everything to infidelity and this and that, but it's other things that can make a marriage fail outside of cheating. Outside of cheating. And I think a lot of us know that. Financial issues. You could be one in your relationship who likes to save money and your partner likes to blow it. That could make y'all divorce as well. That could make or one could be into social media and filming every aspect of their life and the other one not. It's a lot of things that can contribute to the demise of a marriage. But people gonna only look at what they want to look at. And I've been following Christy and Desmond, and I feel like I always said, bruh, it's too good to be true. And something, because Desmond would look like he was frustrated a lot because she kept throwing that camera in his face, every little thing, pranking him with everything. Like he did show his frustration sometimes. Not saying that's the cause, but it just kind of made me feel like they ain't telling everything. Okay, that ain't no perfect household, but somebody ain't happy. That's what I got from it, y'all. Want to say I think sometimes when things don't fit someone else's narrative, they don't like the outcome, and that's not fair. Hey, girl, you hit the money. You hit it on the head, girl. Period. It'd be a whole lot of projection. A whole lot of projection. And that's one of the downsides of social media also. People be projecting their personal feelings and experiences onto other people and running with the outcome from theirs and not the actual outcome that's in their face. And that's not right. So she also said, y'all, um, but we were literally made for each other. We had our whole life planned together. For those asking, I've been provided my account of everything that happened since the beginning to both sides of Tyrone Davis's family. The dad's side, the Davis family, and his mom's side, the Jennings family. Notice that only one side of his family is, let me go to the other page. Hold on, y'all. Let's pull the other one up. I feel like I'm missing a part. Hold on, y'all. I am missing a part. I'm missing a whole section. Wait, let me see. Where's the other part? Hold on. Let me go up. Try to find it. Hold on, y'all. I found it. Send it. I need to go back now. Come on, it's moving so slow. Here we go. All right, now let me wait for it to come up. I don't know how I had two different. Let me take this one off because I want to put the full thing up there. All right, hold up, y'all. Down. All right, I just heard it come through. Pull the big one up. All right, so this is the big one, y'all. So let me let's read it again. So she said, "This has been the most heartbreaking thing that I've ever been through. It has been extremely difficult, overwhelming, confusing, and emotional dealing with everything that came from the situation. While trying to grieve the love of my life and process him not being here with me anymore, when we were nothing short of inseparable, I would never do anything to harm him or would want him to lose his life. I have lost a major part of me losing him. Social media was never my thing, it was Tyrone. My first thought is not to address anything online. And even when I did, I really didn't know what to say because I am lost. And those who really know us know us. We were not perfect, but we were literally made for each other. We had our whole life planned together. And let me say this to y'all. Let me pause there and say this because I seen people in the comments assuming that she pushed him out the car because she expected a ring on Christmas. I'm like, how did they get, bruh? I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at the foolishness. I'm like, how did they get that from that? And that's why I did my own research, and I literally found a comment that I clipped from Tyrone himself where he said they wed gonna be a movie. I'm gonna make sure how she's the love of his life, and God blessed him with her and all of these different things, right? So I'm like, why would they assume that just like something off the top of their dome like that? How y'all know that's what happened? How y'all know she didn't already have a ring? Like, people just be doing the most, child. So she said, for those asking, I've been provided my account of everything that happened since the beginning to both sides of Tyrone Davis family. The dad's side, the Davis family, and his mom's side, the Jennings family. Notice that only one side of his family is spreading hateful, negative things that they know Tyrone would not allow nor respect. As much as I want to explain my innocence out of love for my man, that I still cannot believe is not here to do life with me. There is currently an active investigation underway. Out of respect for this process, I will refrain from making any more public statements until the investigation is complete. To everyone, hold on, to everyone who has witnessed our love, whether publicly or personally, and who has chosen to stand with me, thank you. Your support means the world, and it's what I need right now. I just ask that you all allow the detectives to do their job and stop with the accusations. The truth will come out in due time. Lulu. So that right there told me that it's something that the police have that proves her innocence, y'all. And this is why I'm not jumping on the bandwagon of, oh, she did it, or why would he, even though I do ask that question, who jumps out of a moving vehicle? But when you get a lot of other details that, support certain things, it makes you look at things differently. But because we only have that little bit of information, that's all we can go off of. So people are going to ask that question because it's common. Like, who jumped out of a moving vehicle? But also, like I said, the reason why I'm not dragging her or accusing her is because I personally feel like the police got something that proves her innocence. Got to. They have to have something that proves her innocence because she was the last known person with him. So, that automatically puts her as a suspect initially, right? So for them to excuse her from the investigation speaks volumes to me. That tells me a whole lot. And everybody, even the dad saying the truth won't come out, and even now she's saying the truth will come out. Let them finish their investigation. Speaks volumes as well. Speaks volumes as well. I didn't get guilty party from this note. I didn't get that. Like, my energy is not giving me, oh, she guilty. She trying to hide something. No, she's saying let them finish their investigation. She's saying she want to say more, but out of respect for the investigation, she's allowing them to finish it. To me, that don't scream guilty or I'm hiding something, y'all. What y'all think? Okay, Nene, thank you, my love. I don't know. That just don't scream guilt to me. And that do speak volumes when she said, notice is only one side of the family that's spreading negative, hateful things, you know, that they know Tyrone wouldn't go for. And you know what? I agree with her when she said they know he wouldn't go for that because he didn't play about her. If you look at his videos, he did not play about her. Okay? And the ones who know, if you actually went on his pages, and even things from what his mama posted, she would, when the mama would post him and Lulu together, she would say, them damn Davises, they this or they that or da, 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 but basically validating their love for each other. But He did not play about her. So I kind of can see why she say they know he wouldn't go for that because he didn't play about his woman. He really didn't, y'all. So let's see. Let's go to the dad. Let me pull up. Let me see what the name is. And while I go to the dad, I want to pull up the mother receipts with the sister speaking out and uh the best friend because I don't want to be on this live too long because I'm gonna do the other ones too. So I'm gonna try to spread them out, y'all. All right, let's hit the flow. Okay. Oh, that is the sister page. Okay, we're gonna go to the sister page. I found it. Okay. That's the dad's page. Let me go to his. All right. I know they didn't remove the video. Hold on, y'all. Okay, no, it's still here. Who is these people you tagged? You tagged your sister and whoever the Nikki lady is. But this is okay. This is Joe's sister on his mama's side. Dang, the last thing she posted was on. Oh no, I see it. Okay, hold on, y'all. Iris update. Oh, okay. Oh, let me. You know what? While I'm on here, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all what I'm looking at. Stop sharing because I don't want y'all to not see what's going on. We'll go to the dad. Okay, so this is Dro's sister's page, y'all. This is Tyrone Davis Jr. sister on his mama side. They don't have the same daddy. This is his sister on his mom's side. They were extremely close. Based on, what I could see, they was real close. All right, let's see what she said. Hold on. Go back too far. So started right for the two kids. They don't like that people making up stuff. Um, so somebody said, you people, and the sister shared it, you people who keep posting and just making up ish about Tyrone Davis Jr. situation just for a like and share is just weird and y'all doing too much. How about y'all pray for them babies who no longer have their father, his sisters who lost their last brother, or the father who lost a son. Lastly, the mother who lost her last son after burying two sons and now she has to relive it again. She needs prayers, not likes and lies. No one knows what happened, but the truth will come out. And for the sake of his family and friends, Rena and Patricia love y'all. I'm praying for his entire family. Okay, so that was somebody shared that, and then the sister shared it. And then she also shared January 3rd. This is the sister. Hashtag justice for Dro. We all want to know what happened to my brother. And then she tagged his page. So then um she posted on January 7th. Hello, everyone. I'm not okay. I didn't only lose my brother, I lost my best friend. I've been crammed up in my house crying and wishing I could pick up the phone and call my brother. This feels like a nightmare. I've been wishing someone pinch me and wake me up and tell me it was a dream and my brother, that Dro, that ninja, is still alive. Dro, I miss you. I miss you, boy. Those phone calls, motivational speaks, And the jokes all day. Pissy isn't okay, Dro. My head has been all over the place the last couple of days. I have not been focused on any of my business, and I know you was always my number one supporter when it came to my business. You always told me to be consistent no matter what. I'm going to take that and run with it. I'm getting out of the house today and passing out my tax business flyers as well as my food business flyer. If you haven't already, follow my tax page and my food page. Justice for Dro, long live Dro. So then she also posted, hold up, let's go. Go up, y'all. Let's see what y'all talking about. Okay, let me go up. Hit the make sure y'all hit the like button. Support my little goal if y'all can. So January 9th, the sister says, I'm about to deactivate. I refuse to go back and forth with anyone. Imagine having, and this is one of the things I also hate about social media. Imagine having to go back and forth with strangers about your loved one, somebody that you knew in real life, and social media because everybody think they're detectives and involve themselves or overstep, because some people do overstep, child. They trying to tell you about your loved one. It be the audacity for me, y'all. And a lot of people on social media be having a lot of audacity. They hear one thing and they take it and run with it, and they be ready to argue with the people who know these people in real life. Child, if I was her, I would deactivate. The social media drive me crazy. So she then says on January 11th, the devil comes to KILL, steal and destroy, and that's exactly what he's been doing. Hashtag justice for Dro. Then on yesterday at 9:28 a.m., I see she tagged her mama and the brother, and I guess maybe that's the other sister, Precious. She says, I'm at this point. Please do not call me or text me about what's being posted on Facebook about my brother, DEATH. I do not care. I have a lot going on and I can't even grieve in peace, man. Going forward, I don't want to hear nothing. Just keep my mom name, my name, and my sister name out of this foolishness. As far as the disrespect towards my mom, has to stop as well. Only time y'all will see me on Facebook is to promote my taxes like I've been for a year now. My cooking business and post here for my brother funeral arrangements or t-shirt orders. I'm going to be silent about this for my mental health, and I'm going to remain silent until after my brother homegoing celebration and the investigation is over. After that, I'll remain silent. Okay, that's what she said, y'all. Let me see if the other sister. Hold on, y'all. I wonder what she posted. Let's go real quick over to her. I don't think she said. She said, y'all come out and show your love and support for Rena. That's a mama. One thing for sure, we know how much he loved his queen, his mother. He sure did. Let's come together and support his queen for him. You can bring balloons. They are not mandatory. Shirts will also be for sale. We love and support you. All right. And that's a picture. That's Kim and the sister Precious. That's the mom in the comments. I'm gonna go to Miss Rena page. All right. Okay, let's go back to this sister's page. Okay, so okay, that was the last thing she said. Now let's go to the mom's page, y'all. This is their mom. This is that ninja Dro or Dro that ninja's mom, Miss Rena. Okay, let's see. He looked just like his mama too. He like his daddy too though. So at well, not nine, child. 9 hours ago, the mom posted, "Be patient. Things will change for the better." And she said, "Good morning. My patience is gonna be my breakthrough." And hold on. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. When I was surrounded by enemies, God protected me. Good morning. And my God is still protecting me. So January 11th, she posted, Lord, please help me. Please, I'm hurting so bad. I don't know what to do. I can't sleep or eat. My heart hurts so bad. I need my son. Dro that ninja back. Please, God, help me understand this. Long live Dro, justice for Dro. And that's the third son she didn't lost, y'all. Oh my God. I know it's some pain there. So then she said on the 11th, son, Dro that ninja. You told me that you would never leave me. Listen, son, this can't be real life for me. I'm torn in a million pieces. My life will never, ever be the same. This is a dream because I'm not supposed to be saying long live Dro, or I'm not supposed to be putting you on a shirt, a cup, or anything. You're supposed to be right here with me. Uh, Then she says, son, you know that you have always been my day one, A1. We have the same heart and the same smile. This can't be real life for me losing my right hand man. I love you so much. I will never be the same. Y'all, they was close. They were really, really close. Even though I don't even want to repeat that because I didn't see proof um of his mom not I don't even want to repeat that because I think that's kind of insensitive, you know, to say that in this instance. So I ain't gonna repeat it because I ain't see no proof to, validate that. But I do know as far as what I have seen, him and his mama was close. He said that was his best friend. Like he would give her flowers a lot on his page. Let's see, hold on. I wanna try to see if she posted anything, in response to the dad's side. Uh, no. Uh, hold on, y'all. Still looking. Fine. Oh, he FaceTime his mama when he was at the cabin, y'all. Oh my God. He FaceTime his mom to show his mom what they was doing. Well, what he had did for Lulu, what they was doing that day or whatever. Hey, let's see. Oh, that's some nice shirt. That is some nice shirt, y'all. And that's cheap because if that's the prints where they print all over the shirt. So if they charging 20 for a small to extra large and all over 45, all over shirts, that's cheap. That is real cheap. Mm, dang, where is? I remember this. I seen this post when they went to that dinner. That was for the mom's birthday, and this is when they was burying her other son, one of her other sons. Hold on, y'all. That's her other son. Well, one of the other ones that passed, and that's the other one. Two of not she done lost. That lady lost all three of her sons. Hold on, y'all. Let me answer for my son real quick. Give me a second. Oh Lord, that little boy there. Okay, my bad, y'all. So I'm glad he called me because he gonna go get them kids. He gotta go to school. He got a beta meeting. My child be in every single thing. But guess what? I'd rather him be in every single academic thing than in the streets. Okay? So listen, I am not complaining because it could be worse. I could be crying and wondering every night. But that nerd be right there at school. A whole nerd baby. A cute one too. All right, so this is her three sons. She lost all three of her boys. All three of her boys. She said, "My three superstars all have left me, man. This can't be real life." Wow. That is crazy. To lose all three of your sons is crazy. But y'all know what? I know a lady like that. I don't think the mom posted anything. Losing the last son that I gave birth to, is not easy at all. This one really hit different, son, but I'm gonna be with you always. So glad you got the tattoo of me on you. Long live my son. All right. He tatted his mama on him. Let's see. I was trying to see. I'm trying to see. Hmm. I was trying to see if she posted anything in response to that side, but I guess she don't want to be she don't want to be involved in the BS, y'all. She don't want no parts of the drama, and I don't blame her. Because when you and not just that, when you grieving, you don't care about none of that drama. You don't care about none of that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you only thinking about the loss that you endured. So I get that. But I know a lady. Let's go back. I'm gonna go back to the dad's thing. So yeah. All right, let me pause it for now. But I know a lady, y'all. Matter of fact, my sister, my oldest sister, one of her in-laws, her husband's aunt, she lost three sons as well. She lost the first two in a house fire, right? And then the third one, she lost. He got in a car accident. I actually went to me and him graduated together. He got in a car accident and the car blew up. So she lost three sons by fire. That is crazy. House fire for the first two, and the last one was a car accident, and then his car blew up. Well, it caught on fire. So that is crazy. But yep, I know that situation. So that's kind of similar to this lady losing three of her sons. So this is the dad, y'all, and he did make a statement. All right, I want to play it real quick.
I'm seeking justice for my son. I'm not coming on here to provoke no violence. I'm not coming on here to ask for no handouts. All I want is just answers to what happened to my son. The only reason I'm coming on here just to set the record straight because there's a lot of stuff that's being put out, which I don't have no problem with. But when it comes to playing on my name, my family's name, and I feel like this is something that had to be addressed. Um, wait for some more people to come on the line. I was there on 12/29, December 29, 25, when my son was pronounced dead. There's only two ways you can be pronounced dead in the state of Florida. That's if your heart stopped or if you failed the brain scan test. A brain scan test was performed. Me, my mother, and my sister was in the room at the time. They pronounced him dead, and I will let you hear that. And it was asked, they told us that they were going to keep him on the breathing machine until the rest of the family comes to visit. Mom wasn't there, no one was there. It was just me and my family when he passed. I'm going to let y'all hear from the medical examiners.
See,
I'm
that's
not going to
what
keep releasing everything that I have.
that's what kind of throws me for a loop right there, y'all, because according to the dad's side, him right here that's on the screen, he stated, and also his sister stated that they wasn't even notified of everything that was going on until 24 hours later. So the mom, so the way he said it is like to say the mom wasn't there, but in all actuality, she was there. The mom was there whenever they found him because they said, it's a lot of misconceptions and narratives floating around as far as people saying, "Oh, he was reported as a John Doe" and all of that, but they said he had his ID on him and everything. Like they said, so I'm confused because, like I said, according to this side of the family right here, they stated that the Davis side, which is their side, was not notified about everything going on until 24 hours later. But from what is being stated is that the mom, Tyrone's mom, was there, but the mom didn't notify the dad, and that made me believe that they not cool. Like they don't clack like that. They don't rock. Even though I feel like even if you don't rock with somebody, um, when something like this happen, you should definitely let the father know. Okay, but maybe she was, because they're not cool, and because of this being a third son she didn't lost, and the grief hitting her, she probably didn't have it in her head to notify nobody because she was dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably what was going on at that time. Like, who thinking about notifying people when this is your child you just lost, right? So I'm giving her that grace, right? But yeah, like the way he said it kind of made it seem like just his side of the family was there when he passed, but they didn't even know about him, about what happened to him until 24 hours later. So I just wanted to say that. Hey, Natia. Hey to everybody. Please hit that like button, y'all, and please support my little goal if y'all can. Let's play with that a little bit more.
But I did the homework. We went to Gainesville. We did everything we had to do. That's the reason that the ball is rolling. I was notified of my son's death almost 24 hours later. Not by mom,
Bingo.
not by girlfriend. Like I said, I'm not on here to provoke no violence, but I want the world to know that we're seeking justice for Dro. We're not grieving for rewards. I'm going to play this here so you can hear from your...
So the autopsy is complete. The cause and manner is still pending at this time. Typically when it is pending, it's usually because we are awaiting additional information. To give you an estimate, it can take anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks for it to be unpended after all the information has been received. Okay, so meaning that the report is done? No, the report is not done yet. Because the cause and manner of death is still pending. We are awaiting additional information at this time. Cause, what does that mean? Cause of manner of death? So, yes, what will be listed on the death certificate as the cause of death, that is pending. So that means we're awaiting additional information. So the autopsy report is not complete. The autopsy is complete. That is the examination that we performed. That has been completed, and which is why he was able to be transported out of our care and into the funeral home. But our report with the cause and manner of death is not complete because we are awaiting additional information. And can you verify the death date for me? You said 12/29/2025. Yes, and that's what you have on your report for the death certificate, right? Correct. Okay, and question, is it pending because of the investigation that's going on? No, we're just awaiting additional information. I do not have specifics, but that could be.
Y'all, that statement right there. This is why it's you have when you reporting on these type of stories, you have to get your emotions out of it so you can report factual, non-biased, right? That statement when she asked the lady um at the autopsy place, when she said, are they still hold on, let it come to me because of the investigation. Let me go back, y'all, because I didn't lost my thought just that fast. Hold on, y'all. Let me go back just a little bit.
I your report for the death certificate, right? Correct. Okay, and question, is it pending because of the investigation that's going on? No, we're just awaiting additional information. I do not have specifics, but that could be lab results, medical records.
Okay, so the girl asked whoever that is on the phone is a representative of him right here because he got the call. They recorded it, right? So she asked the lady, she said, is the autopsy and all of that pending still? Because the lady said, we still not done with it yet. We still have like additional information to get and, labs to do and all of these different things to give out the full autopsy report, right? The full thing because they'll give out like cause of DEATH. They'll give that out and a few other little details, but the full thing takes a little minute because they do all kind of different tests or whatever to see what was wrong, if they had anything in their system, all these different things, right? But the girl said, is it because like is it taking that much time because of the investigation. And the lady said no. She said no, we just waiting, because of the test and all these different things. So when she asked that question, that automatically told me that in their mind, they're feeling like they're investigating for foul play, right? And the police have already made it clear, y'all, that no foul play was involved. It's been weeks now. When did he pass? He passed on, was it Christmas Day? Today is, he passed on Christmas Day, if I'm not, no, not Christmas Day, child. Because the incident happened on or around Christmas Day, and he was in the hospital. They didn't pull the plug until the 29th, 30th, something like that, right? So today is January 14th. So that's like what, 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks since he's been gone, right? So I ain't gonna say that's more than enough time, but that's a good bit of time for the police to be able to establish probable cause or whatever as far as evidence if foul play was suspected or anything like that. The police literally said they have a lot of evidence. They said this is a tragedy or this is tragic, but no foul play is suspected. So those things told me that they have enough, especially since the story is being advocated. Y'all know when something is being advocated or something starts to garner attention, it puts a fire under the police even more so to dig a little deeper, right? So that based on what the police say, that told me that They got something that literally exonerates Lulu. They got something that proves that she had no hand in his demise. Now, things that people saying as far as, oh, well, she should have never left him and this and that. That is very well true. And morally it's wrong, but it's not legally wrong. Meaning that you can't arrest her just because she left him, on the side of the road. That's not illegal. Morally, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people that then got into it with their partners and then been left on the side of the road. Y'all know how many times, and listen, my sister, the one right above me, y'all, she 110 pounds. She been 95 pounds damn near her whole life. She finally got to 110, got 3 kids, and they all taller and bigger than her. Okay. She 4'11", not 4'11", 110 pounds. She's tiny with a big booty. And she is a hothead. She is a Libra. Let's say that. When I tell y'all, when she get into it with her man, not now, but this was like, a couple years back, right? She would make him pull over that car. Okay? And she gonna get out, she gonna start walking. She's gonna call us to go get her. Like when they are if they arguing in the car, if something happened, whatever, she ain't staying in that car with him. And he ain't got no choice but to let her out. Because baby, she fights it. So not saying it's completely the same, but y'all know. Wait, oh, that's my son. I knew I heard somebody walk in my house. I was like, hold up, who the hell come here? My son. But it's not completely the same as if somebody jumping out of a vehicle or whatever. But I just feel like it's more to the story, y'all. I feel like it's more to the story. I don't know. I feel like it's more to the story. It's hard for me to see him just jumping out of a vehicle. Um, I don't know. I feel like it's more to the story, and it's something that this side of the family won't like, or it's something that they're not accepting because the family finds out what happens before the media does. The family finds out the details long before the media does. So I really feel like the police, the detectives is giving them information or, they telling them what's going on, but they're not accepting it because they want her to be responsible. They want her to be held responsible for the situation, but legally she hasn't done anything wrong, according to the police, right? So it's one of those things where you either side with the justice system, or you don't. You don't, but you can't say you trust the justice system one minute, and then when they tell you what they got, you go against them. Like you can't have it both ways in these type of situations, especially when nobody was there but him and her. Nobody was in that car but him and her. So nobody actually knows if foul play was involved, outside of police with investigation and this and that, right? So, child, listen. I gotta pee, y'all. Stay there.
Information, from law enforcement, if law enforcement was involved. I don't get specifics, unfortunately, but typically all of that plays a role in us getting a determined cause and manner of death. Okay, is there any way we can get this expedited due to the severity of the case, or is it like? Unfortunately, we are unable to expedite anything, especially if labs are involved. That is, we don't have an in-house lab, so that would be separate from us. And it is machines that conducts those labs, so we would be unable to expedite that, unfortunately. Okay, hold on, not expedite. You can take your time.
Okay, so like I said, to set the record straight, that's my son. That's the hardest thing I ever dealt with in my life. I'm not here to promote no violence. I did the homework. Everything that's going on with this case, I did the homework. I'm not here to bash nobody. I'm not going to sit here and keep on repeating myself to prove to none in the world. All I'm asking for is answer to what belongs to me. And that's answer to what happened to Dro. Ain't no way my son go from I love you, baby, you my everything, to laid out in a bridge, under a bridge in the middle of the road with no answers. I wasn't contacted. Once again, everything that you see is going on, I respect the genocide. I have been reaching out to them. The platform that we had for us, the candlelight visual, we did that. The songs, we did that. I'm not trying to make it a this or that situation. I'm just hoping that I can get some answers to what happened to what belongs to me. I can't stop social media, from the clickbaits and putting whatever they put out, for views. This is not about no click or no like. This is my son, a real human being. I'm a grieving father. I'm not a social media person. But when it comes to the business part, trust me, it's been done. It's been taken care of. It's not about no T-shirts. It's not about all the other stuff you hear. And I'm not going to go on because it's an investigation. But when I say I have audio, video, I have reports. I went to the cabin. I'm the one, man, my team got the ball rolling. It would have been written off as an accident if we wouldn't have went 6 cars deep to Gainesville, Florida. There's a lot of things I can't discuss at this time, but stay tuned because it will be televised. Like I said, all I'm asking for y'all is just if you know some, you see some, share. If you can't contact my family, contact Gainesville Police Department. Like I said, we ain't ask for nothing. We ain't ask for nothing but answers. And for us, the business part of it, my son had a policy. So if you hear any GoFundMe's, he's not no GoFundMe dude if you know Dro. He ain't no GoFundMe dude. We ain't asking for none of that. So if you hear anything about help or we need to pay bills and all that, I'm gonna leave that right there. And like we do everything else, I don't understand why the cards that I was dealt didn't have no faces on it. But, when you covered in the blood of Jesus, nature gonna nature itself. And once again, I'm signing off from this here live stuff because it's not me.
Hey,
But I want the
Nubian.
world to know I was there when my son passed away. You heard it from the medical examiner. All this December 30th, that was the time frame that they left him on the machine after they gave him a time of death. And you heard it. You can rewind the live after you finish it. The time of death was the 29th. They kept him on the machine all the way up until the 30th. When the 30th came, the rest of the family made it back up there or whatever. And however that happened for them to pronounce and say the 30th.
Okay, let me say this, y'all, because I think that's a kind of like a not mistake, but a issue with on the coroners or the hospital, because that him saying that he passed on the 29th, but they didn't pull the plug. They left him on the machine, which the machine is what was keeping him alive. So if they didn't pull the plug, took him off the breathing machine, some people say pull the plug until the 30th, then that, in all actuality, the 30th should have been the DEATH date, right? Because I know how it worked. Like I didn't have family members that didn't been on the plug or on a breathing machine that was breathing for them or helping them to breathe. But once you take them off of it, they're gone. So if they kept him on it until the 30th for the other family members, I don't know. I don't know, child. But I could see why there's confusion there, basically. I could see why there's confusion there because some people will assume. That doesn't mean he passed on the 20th. That's what I'm saying, rolling with BB. Because it's like if they kept him on the breathing tube until the 30th, then the breathing tube is what was keeping him here. So what you mean, nope? Let's say you gotta explain. What you talking about, nope? You gotta tell me what's nope for. You gotta let us know what's going on, girl. Okay. but yeah, like like I said, I could see why certain people are confused as far as his actual DEATH date, right? Because if that the dad then was there on the 29th, and the dad say I watched him pass away, y'all. I was there when he passed away or whatever. And they kept him on the machine, which was keeping him here because they said he had no brain activity, right? So it would seem like the DEATH date would have been once they pull, because they all on a DEATH certificate they give you a date and a time that they actually pass on. Because I know they did it for my dad. I have his certificate, the date and the time, the actual time or whatever. Let's see, you're right, Pop. I went through that with my granddaughter. Did they take him off of life support yesterday? They say they took him off of life support on the 30th. Because the dad just said, he said that they waited till the 30th so other family members can get there. And that's when, on the 30th when they pulled the plug or took him off the machine, they took him off life support, whatever it was. Remember that lady that was kept on the machine? Her date of DEATH is the date that her brain DEAD test was conducted. What lady? What lady you talking about? I don't know, let's say. I don't know. Maybe somebody else live? I'm not sure. But like I said, overall, y'all, I could see where the confusion comes from. I'm not debating the DEATH date. To me, that's kind of um it, like, I ain't gonna say it don't matter because it matters to them. But to me that's kind of minuscule. Like, it's not a big deal as far as them going back and forth. That's what it's given. Like, oh, I was there. Like, they low key fighting over who was with him in his last moments. But to social media, that's kind of minuscule because it's like, yeah, he passed away, but like the dad said, they still waited till the 30th. Or I could see why there's confusion there. Basically, that's why I'm saying that, y'all. I could see why there's confusion. Because of that, because everybody don't know that. Like what Tay just said, you said the one with the baby chance. Oh, I don't know that story, Tay. I never covered that. But I understand what you're saying though. I understand what you're saying, but everybody's not going to know that's how they work. Everybody don't know about uh, brain tests, and people pulling or calling a person deceased based on tests. Everybody's not privy to that information. Some people only do know about the life support or pulling the plug. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know about that. So I didn't know that they do that either. Because I remember the last person in my family that was actually on life support, that was literally being kept alive by a breathing machine, is my first cousin, one of my mom's oldest sister's daughters. And that's because when her dad found her, she was foaming at the mouth and she had lost oxygen to her brain for like 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes, and that was enough to leave her brain dead. So the only thing that was keeping her alive was the machine. That's it. And then my auntie kept on that machine for maybe 2 weeks because she could not accept it, y'all. Like, that was so hard for my auntie because she only had a son and a daughter. And now her only daughter is gone and she's raising her daughter's two kids. One of them is one of my godchildren. And she kept on there and then she finally decided to pull the plug. And that's when, he was gone. I can't wait to see the outcome of the spot. Yeah. Um. Oh, let me take this off. Since we almost at 2 hours, y'all, I'm gonna stop this one. I was gonna go over the other receipts, with what the sister was saying and all of that. Even though I kind of did go on her page, and I did give y'all a little information as far as the sister. It's seeming like they are siding with the girlfriend and letting the police do their job. And I'm pretty sure if if the sister and the mom is siding with the girlfriend, that kind of tells me that the police probably showed them something that clears the girlfriend, if that makes sense. Now I'm just, assuming that based on, common sense. But I can't be mad at the dad side of the family either. I just can't, because at the end of the day, that was his son. You know what I'm saying? That was his son, and everybody has the right to know what happened to their child. But what I can say is, like I said before, this is one of those situations where, if you're saying you're letting the justice system do its job, and then when they do it, you still don't, want to accept it or believe what they're presenting, then it's like you get stuck, right? You get stuck between it's seeming like the only justice for them will be a conviction of the girlfriend. And if they saying they don't have nothing to convict her on, then it's like one of those situations where, what do you do? What do you do? So we'll continue to see how it play out, y'all. He was considered brain dead. That's why his heart was still beating. Okay, Latae say, when my brother-in-law passed, his certificate shows the previous date because he was pronounced brain DEAD, but on his DEAT certificate, it shows the previous day, but that was not the day they removed him. Okay, I get what you're saying. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna continue to follow. Queen Lupa, can you read my comment? What comment? Hold on, let me go. Oh, okay, hold on. You said my son was on life support. They unplug you sometimes when they take you off the machine. The heart will continue to beat until the heart stops beating. That's when you are pronounced DEAD. Okay. And I'm sorry about your son. You already know how I feel. I didn't share my sentiments with you about your baby boy. But yeah, y'all, we gonna still follow this story because it's still unfolding. It's still, even though we don't even know if, the police said what they said. So we actually don't even know if they gonna come out and say anything else. That's the crazy part. Now they're saying that they still investigate, but the fact that they said that they have a whole lot of evidence, and it's tragic, but it doesn't point to they don't have suspicion of foul play. That to me speaks volumes. But if they still investigating, then I don't know, child. I don't know. We'll see what happens though. I'm gonna still follow it and see what happens. What else comes out. But at some point, this is this is even more sad because it's like the mom believes the police, the dad pretty much doesn't. That's what is given to me. So it's like, the mom wants closure, the dad wants closure, but it's a different narrative. I don't know, y'all. It's hard to explain, child. It's hard to explain, but like I said, we will follow it. I'll be back in a few with the saga news. We got, more text messages that popped out with that. We got Janelle and Bree with they whole situation going on, child. All of that good stuff. So I'll be back in a few. I'm about to set my thumbnail for that live. And then later on, we'll talk about the squatter situation. That'll be my third live for today. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I love y'all. Hit the like button on y'all way out and just watch for the notification. I'll be back in a few. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, you tuned in to Lupac, baby. She don't follow trends, she follow facts. Receipts ready, energy heavy. Let's go, let's go. Lupac, baby, don't play. She speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back. All receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. INDE, yeah, she grinding with ease. PENENT, bringing truth to the streets. Go. She don't do drama, she drop data. Scroll the page, now or later. You'll see lies get exposed and the fake get froze like refrigerators. Name ring bells like second line. Speak real, no need to lie. She from the south with a strong survivor. Snakes don't make it out alive. LUPAC, ain't no faking on the screen. Call a judge, call a jury. She deliver with the heat. You won't clap, but she got truth. No sugar in her speech. Independent, bold, and real. This Lupac, baby. Capiche? They They scrolling, she exposing. They trolling, she compose. See, Lupac don't just react, she the code was not disclosed. From screenshots to timelines, receipts in real time. You playing checkers, she playing chess. Every move defined, got that hustle in her bones. No cosign built her own. Views go up when she speak up. This platform here a throne. Lupac, baby don't bend, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-D-N-T, bringing truth to the streets. L-U-A-C, baby don't bend. She that truth in your feed when the lies get blown. Y'all watching, y'all lurking, but she grown. L-U-A-C, baby don't be. She that truth in your feed when the lies get blown. Y'all watching, y'all lurking, but she grown. This ain't gossip, this ain't rumors. This is real talk, backed by real proof. Welcome to Lupac, baby, where every video got purpose.